Okay.
Coffee and alcohol, the two drinks that college students can't do without. Coffee lets you study hard, and alcohol lets you play hard. Wouldn't it be great if we combined these ingredients so that we can play hard and work hard at the same time? Our friends in Ireland have come up with a solution. It's called Irish coffee. However, unlike an Americano or an espresso, this coffee has one special ingredient. Yes, it is whiskey. And yes, it's alcohol. And yes, it's 40% alcohol. And does Scotch Blue, does this whiskey taste any good? No, but if we add in coffee, it can be pretty good. So, the ingredients you'll need to make Irish coffee is coffee, 1 spoon, sugar, cream, and of course whiskey. You can also use measuring spoons, but I personally don't use these because I used to make them often with my Irish friends back in Canada. So I'll show you how to make a good Irish coffee. First, you're going to need some coffee. I'm going to fill in half a cup because it's 6 parts coffee and 1 part whiskey, but I want to add in a little bit more of the coffee than the whiskey because if there's too much whiskey in it, you tend to get drunk. Trust me, I've made this before, so I know. And just slightly stir. Then what you want to do is you want to add the sugar. You want to add 1 spoon of sugar. Yes, that's a lot of sugar. But this sugar is necessary because when we add the cream later, if we don't add in the sugar, this cream will sink to the coffee. The sugar is there so that not only does the Irish whiskey taste good, but also it helps the cream float. So I can add 1 spoon. And just slightly stir. And now we're going to add our secret ingredient, whiskey. Now I want to talk a little bit about this whiskey. This whiskey is a Scotch, which means that this is a whiskey that was exclusively made in Scotland. You originally want to use Irish whiskey for this because Scotch has a very earthy, a very smoky. Scotch has a very rich flavor, while Irish whiskey tastes, as my Irish friends have said it kind of tastes like soju. So the reason I don't want to use Scotch for coffee is coffee already has a very smoky flavor. So if you add Scotch and if you add combine coffee together, it kind of tends to create a very smoky mix. So it kind of is like you're drinking liquid smoke. But because Irish whiskey isn't really available in Korea and because Scottish whiskey tastes good anyway, I'm actually going to use a Scotch. So 1 part Scotch, 6 part whiskey, but I'm going to add a little bit less because we all have our midterm exams and I want to study, so. Alright, so we added the Scotch and lightly stir. And finally, the cream. Have any of you seen this before? Cool with? No? Okay. You're in for a surprise then. You usually want to use heavy cream, which is the cream you've extracted right after you churned the cow. So the milk. So heavy cream it tends to taste a little bit deeper, and it's originally used for Irish whiskey. You're supposed to use it, but you don't have heavy cream. And whipped cream, it also tastes good. Do you know like the frosting you usually have in cake? This is what it tastes like. It has a more fluffy flavor, and it's really fun if you actually make Irish coffee with whipped cream. And my friends like whipped cream better, so I'm going to put a little bit of cream here. And if you have a little bit of cinnamon or some coffee powder, you can also sprinkle it a little bit here. So that's it. This is one simple way for you to play hard and study hard. with just one drink. You can drink this at home. You can drink this at a cocktail bar, or you can drink it while you're studying for your exams right now. So if you want to play hard, study hard, this is the drink. Anybody want some? Taste it and tell me what you think.